Hi, I'm Riley from the Center for Arkansas Farms and Food, and today we'll be talking about how to grow organic spring crops in an unheated high tunnel. Growing in unheated high tunnels have a variety of benefits for the organic grower. Here are our top 5. Number 1. Growing in unheated high tunnels extends the grower's season. On average, you'll have about 4 to 6 weeks longer time to grow in your unheated high tunnel, so this means more production and more sales. Number 2. Unheated high tunnels keep rainwater off of your plants, and this lessens your disease pressure. Number 3. There's less likelihood of environmental stress on your plants, including stress from wind, hail, and UV light. Number 4. You get faster growth and earlier maturity to the crops grown outside, which means you can be earlier to market. And number 5. It's also easier to work in the high tunnel throughout the year. It keeps yourself and your workers more comfortable. So what are some common challenges? For beginning farmers, it can be difficult to get the timing right, forgetting that your late winter and early spring crops take longer to reach maturity. So be sure to give yourself a couple of extra weeks of buffer room to ensure that your succession timing is adequate. Aphids are also a common issue, especially in spring as temps get warmer, and especially if row cover is used on crops. Overwintered crops or early spring crops can develop aphid issues that persist and spread to the incoming summer crops in March and April. This type of infestation can last all season or even longer, so be sure to keep a lookout for crops developing these issues and make sure to vent wintering crops as much as possible during spring temperature fluctuations. Be prepared to treat aphids with horticultural soaps and oils. So what crops should you grow and when? The best crops to grow in an unheated high tunnel are things of high value and are cold tolerant, so things like spinach, lettuce, carrots, specialty greens, and in some markets, beets. In a high tunnel that will be growing long season summer crops, some growers will choose to sneak in a quick planting. Those might not be high value crops and might be things like turnips or radishes. Another important aspect of growing in an unheated high tunnel is temperature management. Even though this is an unheated high tunnel, it can still get quite warm on bright sunny days. We have a few methods of managing temperature fluctuations in our unheated high tunnels. For this tunnel, it is a matter of opening and closing the sidewall curtains and end walls to vent hot air or keep the warm air in, depending on the outside temperature. But how do you know when to vent? For hardy spring crops, you should vent your tunnel when the ambient outdoor temperature is above 40 degrees. New transplants should be treated somewhat more gingerly and should be vented when ambient temps are above 50 degrees, but these are just rough guidelines. For the best results, the grower should hang a thermometer in their high tunnel and properly gauge when to vent. The grower should also be keenly aware of their crop's preferred growing conditions. To protect your plants from the cold, it is important to keep an eye on your low temperatures. When temperatures dip into the 30s, the grower should be prepared to cover their plants with frost cloth. Many growers will purchase large sections of frost cloth that can cover the entire house at one time. This is a time saver and possible because of limited wind exposure in the high tunnel. For best results, be sure to remove frost cloth promptly to allow more light penetration when temps are above the 30s. If you are direct seeding in an unheated high tunnel, keep in mind that the soil temperature tends to be the limiting factor rather than the ambient air temperature. While it is uncommon for soil temperatures to dip below the 40s in an unheated high tunnel, it is worth noting that most of our cold hardy crops prefer germination temperatures in the range of the 50s to 60s. So when possible, in the late winter or early spring, opt for transplanting, as this gives you more control as the grower and a better outcome with germination and transplant vigor. If a crop cannot be transplanted and you have to direct sow it, consider putting down a silage tarp with the black side up, as this will help warm your soil in preparation for good germination. If this is the route you choose to do, you can sow your crop, put drip tape down, and replace the tarp back over it to encourage that soil to stay warm as your crop germinates. Just be sure to check every day and remove the tarp promptly after germination. As a generality, the grower can expect to plant their crops 6 to 8 weeks earlier in an unheated high tunnel than they could in the field. In summary, high tunnels can be a very cost-effective way for the organic grower to get a jump on the spring season. If you are interested in building a high tunnel on your land, You can call a USDA service center near you to talk to an NRCS program officer that can help you with this program. We'll include a link to the NRCS EQIP program in our video description below. We hope you found this video helpful and informative. Please like and subscribe and follow along as we continue to learn more about organic farming in Arkansas.